Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to this second video of this playlist. In this playlist, we are creating this cryptocurrency tracker website. I have already created this and it's at this link. Inshallah, I will link this in my description box. So in this video, we're going to cover how to get the data. So all these numbers, all these words, all of these numbers like these. And then in the next video, I'm going to talk about how to style these. So how to add the icons and these, these images right here. I'm creating this so that, you could put it on your portfolio. And if you go through the steps on how I create them, you're going to understand how I actually did it. And then you could probably put it in your portfolio and it will be the truth. So in here, we left off creating this load more right here. So this is as much as we did in the last video. So this is all the CSS, HTML we're going to do, aside from styling this. So making it green, making it red, and that's it. So right now we're going to create index.javascript, and don't forget to connect this to your JavaScript, because I usually do that. I kind of forget to connect my HTML to my JavaScript, and so then like as I'm going on, I'm wondering, hey, why isn't my data loading? And that's because I forgot to connect. So in my JavaScript file, I'm going to declare a variable, and there is a few variables I'm going to call. So first one is URL. So I'm going to make a variable called URL, and the second is position 1, so P1, and the second is holder. This URL, this will all make sense. If it doesn't make sense at this point, it is going to make sense. So this URL is going to equal empty strings, and our holder up here, it doesn't have to be up there. I'm just putting it up there for now. So this is going to equal query selector, and we're basically selecting this class right here. So copy this right there, and then you put a dot to tell it that it is a class and not a tag and not an ID. So Control V, so dot, you put a dot and then your class name, and right there. So we're using an API tracker, no, not an API tracker, an API, and this API is, or the provider is at this site right here, so coinlore.net. So they have an example right here. It's going to load, inshallah. Whoops, not .net, it's actually .com. So yeah, right here. So this is the API provider. As you can see right here, they have number 1, and they have Bitcoin, they have, whoops, as you can see, data about Bitcoin. So the price, the hourly, daily change, and the weekly change, market cap, volume 24. I didn't copy this. I have no idea why it's in this order. I actually know. Yeah, I have market cap right after price USD. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought they had it in the same order as I did, but they don't, so that's good. I just have this market cap in the middle right there. So I'm gonna just reload this because I accidentally pressed a bunch of buttons. So right here, so they have Bitcoin, that coin right there, which I have no idea how to pronounce. So yeah, and they have the images, and inshallah in the next video I'm going to talk about the images and the styling, how to style these numbers based on their value. So you have to scroll all the way down and go to Crypto API, and right here they give you a bunch of APIs or API endpoints. So they have the global endpoint, coins, coin market, and all that. So the one we're going to use is coins right here, and it is tickers. So tickers, all coins. So it gives us information about coins, right? So the endpoint is right here. If you just search up this right here, their API.net, so it's coinlore or api.coinlore.net/API/tickers. It's going to give you the first 100, right? Or you could do this the way I'm doing it, where you get data, or you get a starting position. So when you load my website, as you can see right here, it starts off from 0, so 1, 2, 3, all the way till 30, and then you load 30 more. So over there you're starting from 0, that 0 becomes 30, so it starts from 30 now, and then start 30 from 30, and then it loads 30 more. So this 30, right, it starts off with 0, and then it loads the data, and then when you press load more, it adds 30 to this start one right here. To this start, it adds 30, and it loads. It keeps loading 30 more. So this number doesn't change, while this number changes. This number keeps incrementing every time someone presses load more, right? So it was at 30, now they're loading more, so it's going to be at 60, then it's going to be at 90, then at 120, and so on and so on, right? So we're going to just copy this and paste it in our URL. As you can see, it starts off with 120. I don't want it to do that, so I'm going to just add this. Oops. So this makes it 2 different strings, right? I'm going to, as you can see, when I console.log URL, it's going to basically give us this, like so, and this, like so, right there. And there is going to be no number right there. There is going to be no number. Just so that my code does not break, I'm going to comment that out, and I'm going to console.log this URL. So going to my live server, we have this site right there. As you can see, start has no, I'm going to make this bigger a bit. As you can see, where is it? So right here, as you can see, start has no number, as I did right there. There is no number, right? But we could add a number by adding position 1, which is this variable, and this variable is going to be 0, right? So it's going to be 0, and that is where it starts. So it starts from coin 0, meaning coin 1. So it starts from coin 1, and it only brings 30. It doesn't bring 100, because I don't want it every time I press, or every time the user reloads, I don't want it getting 100 coins. I want it just getting 30. Or you could make it 10, right? Or make it 1, or 1 or 11, or whatever it is. So at this moment, it's 30. So every time our user reloads, it starts off with 30, and it starts from coin 0, right? And now we want to just, as you can see, one second, I'm gonna leave this console.log and Control-Shift-I, right there, it starts at 0 and it limits by 30. And then I'm going to just basically fetch this data, which is my URL, and then it's going to give us a response, and this response like so, and then that is going to give us data. And for our data, we can just console.log this data. So going here, right there, as you can see right there, data, and this data is returning an object that has data inside of it. So just to not confuse you guys, I'm going to make this data parameter right there, I'm going to just call it dt. Whoops, CZ control Y. There we go. So I'm going to call this dty or dt. So this parameter is going to be called dt. So I guess that dt is our variable. See right there, our dt is an object, and this object has the word data, so it has data inside of it. So it's an object inside of an object. So this data is an object, and it's inside of our dt object. And this data has an object, multiple objects inside of it. So it has 29 objects, but that's because it's starting from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way till 29. That's 30 coins. And the first one is Bitcoin, and then it gives us this list right here, which I'm going to copy so that I don't have to keep looking in the console. Right there, I'm gonna just console.log this, or comment that out, and then I'm going to do a multi-line comment right there. So it gives us this data right there, and tab this in. After we get the data, we're going to put the data inside of holder. So we're going to go in the inner HTML, and we're going to add, we're basically going to add the data that we got. The good thing about our data is that we have this showing helper, right? Our data could just get in, or we could replace. I'm gonna just give you guys an example. So we got this word rank, which is right there. We could just replace it with a 1, which could be the rank. And as you can see, we just changed rank to 1. We could do that with our JavaScript. So we're going to just, after we get the data, we're going to just, I guess, split up the data and put it in different places. So this is not ready yet. So first I'm going to take out the, you know what, we could just leave it. Yeah, we could just leave it, but I am going to actually take it out. So right there. These are the HTML comments. You could just leave them there, but I'm going to take them out just in case they decide to destroy my thing. And I'm going to use single quotes right there, and not multiple, because this double, we're not going to use the double because our HTML is using double. So 1, and then we're going to add more to our string. So single. Basically do this until all the red lines go away. So single, and don't forget to put plus, right? And I'm going to get rank. Actually, you know what? more, add, like that. Probably do Control L, which will select the whole entire line. Never mind, that whole line is not going to work. Right there. I'm going to comment, I'm going to edit this out just to show you guys that this actually works. Okay, now that I have wrapped this code in single quotes and plus signs, I'm going to reload. As you can see, we have this added in. And that is because it's doing it once. So we wanted to do it for every coin in the data, right? So we're going to get, as I said, this dt, this parameter, which is an object, and that object has data, which is also an object, and inside of that there is other objects. So we're basically going to get a for loop, and this for loop is like so. Variable I is going to equal 0 as usual, and then we're going to check if I is the same as dt data dot length, which will give us the length of our the coins. So how many coins there is, right? How many coins there is, how long is our object, and I is going to increment for every loop, for every time this goes through. And in here we're going to place in this, and this is going to go around 30 times, as you're going to see. Give it a second. I have no idea why this is breaking, so I'm gonna just do this. Yep, there we go. Yep, so this is going 30 times, and just to show you guys, I'm going to just replace rank right here with I, right there. And I is this variable, and this variable starts from 0. So it started from 0, it's going to end at 29, meaning that's 30. So if that was to start from 1, this would be 30, but it's starting from 0. And as you can see, I wonder, oh yeah, as you can see, the sticky top is not working, and that is because we shouldn't have a sticky top on this image right here, or this div right there, right? And that should work. Yeah, as you can see, it's working, no problem whatsoever. So as you should know, that we're going to get data from our parameter dt, right? So we're going to just create a few variables, and you don't have to actually create any of these variables. You could just write out the actual positioning or of the data. But I'm going to create these functions, or I mean variables. The first one is names, and this names is going to be data, or dt. I forgot that we renamed our parameter to dt.data, and we're accessing this what do you call it, object, and we're going to get I. So whatever position I is, as you saw me previously do, I right there, I is right there. I starts from 0, and our objects start from 0. When we console.logged, you saw it started from 0. So here, when I starts from 0, we're gonna get the first number, or the first I guess acronym. Right now we're getting names, the first names, and then later on we're gonna get the acronyms, and we're gonna get the names, so on and so on, right? Actually, you know what? I'm going to just declare all these functions, or all these variables at once. So we have names, and then we have market cap, so underscore cap, and then we have, what is it? We have the rank, and we also have the price, it costs for 1, and we also have the symbol, and this symbol I believe is this, where is it, this acronym, so this right there. For Bitcoin it would be BTC. I have no idea why they called it symbol, but I'm going to just call it symbol as well. So right there, symbol. And what else can we put? Our volume, or we could just leave our volume out. We're going to put our volume later, or down below, because it is one of the variables we're going to style. So yeah, so we have the names, right? Our names variable is going to equal the data.data and the I position. So if I is 0, that will be for the first coin, and it's going to equal the names is going to equal the name without an S. And then we can where is it, find where the names is supposed to be. So this is acronym, and this is names. So right there, I'm going to just delete that, oops, and then 2 single quotes and add them together, and in between that is where names is going to go. Yeah, as you can see, we get Bitcoin, we get all these. I cannot pronounce most of these, so yeah, these all work, but this load more doesn't work, so we're going to make that work in a few minutes. So we have names. Now we're going to get where is it, the rank. So rank is going to equal exactly the same thing, but this time we're going to get the rank, and then we're going to give it a go. There we go. It starts from 1, 2, 3, so on and so on. Right now we got the rank. We're also going to get the market cap to be equal to market cap USD. So basically the same thing, but just USD. And we're going to add this to our market cap, which is like this, 2 single quotes, and then in between we add this market cap. And as you can see, it's right there. We should probably add a $sign, as I did right there. And if you think that those two are very close, then you could style and give market cap more space. And you could do this by just, or if you want to just like give it a test and not actually change your code, you could just open your inspector tool, go to market cap, and these all have the same class name. They all have titles, titles para, so titles paragraph. And I gave them a width of 120. You could just increment it, right, or decrement it as you wish. But I like it like this. And right now we're going to also get the, where is it? Why is this so pushed in? Yeah, I guess, no, that's my code. But you could just get rid of all that space. So yeah, as you can see, it added a $sign, but for these, all the $signs are capitalized, or I guess bolded, and that's very easy to do. As you can see right here, I'm going to just add a B tag right there, and then as you can see, yeah, all the B's are actually bolded. After that, we're going to add the acronym, which is the symbol. So I'm going to go here, rank, nope, names, and then just change this right there, and add symbol. So symbol, and then just add a semicolon right there. And then we could just take this symbol right there and add it to our acronym. So our acronym right there, 2 single quotes, and then 2 plus signs, and in between that you add your data. So once we reload this, as you can see, it says BTC, ATH, so on and so on. And then we could add our hourly change. So we're going to actually we forgot to do our price. dt.data, and this is going to be in the current position, and then we can get the, yeah, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to write this. Our price in USD, which is, if you're not paying attention, this is up here, right? So our rank is getting the object inside of, or this this rank inside of our object up here. All right, we can also get the ID, the market cap, which I already did, the name, which returns the actual name, and then the name ID, which is just the actual name but lowercase. And then we get price USD, the rank, symbol, and yeah. So right now we're going to add our price 1 to our actual price. Where is it? It's up here. 2 single quotes, 2 plus, and our variable right there. Right now we have the word USD. That's because of this. We can get rid of that, and then we could add this tag right here, which adds a $sign right there. Why is this so close? You know what? I'm gonna just leave it like that. I think it looks good so far, but the styling kind of looks a bit off, but that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. I'm going to leave it like that. And then after that, I'm going to declare more variables, and these are separate from our other variables. You can just put them up there, but I'm making them separate so I can remember these are the styled ones. So first we have change hour, and we also have change 24, which is our 24-hour change, and then we have change 7-day, and we have our volume 24. You could just keep adding more, I guess. Keep adding more, but I'm not going to do that. Right there. I'm gonna just keep it like that. And then I'm going to just take this as we did previously up here. Right there. And then we can access the change in the hour. So it's right. Where is it? I can't see it. Oh, right here. Yeah, I was just looking for change. It's percent. So percent change hour. And as you can see, mine has a percent sign at the ending of it, which is good. So percent. So it's basically percent. Copy that over. Right there. Our 24-hour change is about the same, but it's only 24. But here it has the H. And our weekly change is 7D. And here it's also 7D. 7D. And then we could just add these data where they're supposed to be. Right there. And I'm gonna just copy this. Copy that. And paste that in there. And then paste that in there. And currently there is no volume 24, so it's going to say undefined. As you can see, undefined 24. And we're going to get rid of this 24. So as you can see, it gives us these numbers. So 0.7, 0.5, we got 1, and all that. I wonder why there is this. Oh yeah, that's because we didn't actually style this. So next video we're going to actually style it, and it's not going to be all so crooked. So right now we have our data. Now we're going to just load in our volume 24, and then we're going to be done for this video. And then inshallah in the next video I'm going to talk about how to add the icons, that those arrows indicating whether things have went down or went up, and then yeah, and also the color, because there is no color here. So actually I'm going to just add a % at the ending of all of these except volume 24. As you can see, volume 24 is in it has this up, where is it, right here, so it has this Z and V, there we go, right there. It's undefined, so we have to define it. Our volume 24 is actually equal to dt.data and the current position, and then volume 24, I think, yep, volume 24. It's undefined for some reason. Maybe it's because I didn't spell it right. Yeah, I didn't spell that right. I forgot the E, but that's okay. As you can see, we have our data. So we're all done for this video, and in the next video we're going to talk about how to get the images, which is very vital, and this API provider does not give you any images whatsoever, at least not to my awareness. They don't. Yeah, I've been looking for images, so I found a very cheeky way of getting images. So inshallah I'll see you guys in the next video.